Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlasting. Delighted to have with me all the way from sunny Dubai, my man, former champion of the world, Badou Jack. Badou, firstly, how are we doing?
I'm great, brother. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. How's life in Dubai?
It's pretty good, pretty good. I've been there for a month and a half now, so it's good. It's nice. The weather is perfect. I can't complain.
From the desert of Nevada to the desert of the Middle East, do you feel the difference in the type of heat?
As of right now, it's perfect. Summertime is crazy here, so it's humid. So Vegas is dry heat, so it's a little different because you got the ocean right here. Yeah, all good though.
Good. I know obviously you've linked up with Jonathan Banks and you've had a couple of fights with him now, but sometimes that fighter-trainer relationship, it takes sometimes a few fights, 3-4 fights before you start gelling, before you start adapting to that particular methodology. How's that relationship been building so far?
So far, so good. I mean, he don't need to teach me how to fight. I already know how to fight. I already know how to win the titles and stuff. But this is small stuff we've been working on it, and everything's coming together. For example, I used to be known as a slow starter, and we saw what happened in the last 2 fights, even though there was low-level competition. But the last fight wasn't my fault because it was supposed to be Pascal, but he tested positive. Whatever. So yeah, I'm not slow. Starting slow, and we're working on some other stuff. And yeah, I feel great with him.
You said obviously you already know how to fight, but are you still improving as a fighter? Are you still learning from Jonathan Banks?
Absolutely, that's how I feel. And yeah, like I say, he don't have to teach me how to fight. It's just small adjustment to make the fight easier, and small technical stuff.
Badou, I've known you for a number of years now, and you don't seem to have aged. You look after yourself. I know you have your sugar rushes and you love your sugar, but you stay in the gym, out of camp as much as possible, trying to stay fit. But that age number is always going to increase year by year. I know you had your birthday the other week. What's left in Badou? What does Badou Jack want to still achieve in the sport?
Like I said, you said I still look young. I feel young. I'm 38, but I feel like I'm 28. Maybe my body feels great, and I want to become a 3-division world champion, make some more money, make some more great fights, and so I don't really know right now. I take one fight at a time, but a couple of years left.
When you say you want to become a 3-weight world champion, I'm guessing that's going to be the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, cruiserweight, heavyweight, super heavyweight, any weight class.
Cruiserweight.
No, cruiserweight.
Obviously, we know in the UK, Lawrence Okoli, he's got obviously the WBO belt. Bradis is the other champion in the division as well. I know they're trying to get unification, but are your eyes on any one of the particular champions?
I mean, not really, but WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman is like a family to me. So I mean, WBC to me is the best belt, but WBA as well. So it don't really matter right now. I'm just having fun, and we'll see who's next.
Couple of weeks out now. You're obviously fighting in Dubai. It's obviously a Badou Jack Promotions show. You've obviously been promoting alongside, I believe it's Probellum as well in Dubai as well. Firstly, talk about the promotional side of this event, getting into the promotional side. I know you've had your own promotional company for a while now, but obviously now aligning yourself with Probellum. How far can you go in the promotional industry?
I mean, we have to wait and see. It's not an easy thing, but yeah, for this fight, yeah, we work with Probellum. Actually, a good friend of Ahmed Sadiki, he's here, a local promoter here in Dubai. So we work with them. So it's a 1-fight deal. And then we'll see what happens next. But yeah, so the show is not co-promoted by Badou Jack Promotion. Only my fight. So make that clear.
Who are we expecting to fight on the night, and what do you know about him?
Actually, we had like 3-4 guys that, and everybody pulled out. last minute. So yeah, they're working on a replacement right now. So obviously it's a tune-up fight, so it's not going to be no big name, obviously, but it is what it is. I had, I think, 4 opponents that pulled out. First, it was one American guy, and then a Bosnian guy, a guy from Egypt. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyone can get it.
Badou, I know I've been to a couple of your fights in Vegas. I remember being at Brooklyn for your fight with James DeGale. You're in the Middle East now. Do you see yourself fighting in the Middle East more often now? I know the revenue is going to be a lot higher then, and you want to maximize on your revenue and capacity of revenue before you retire as well. So is that what we're going to see moving forward?
Absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm friends with everyone. Me and my team, we're friends with everyone. With Mayweather Promotions, with BBC, with Showtime, with what you call it, Thriller, with Mike Tyson, with now with Probellum, with Dubai, with everybody. So I want to make the best, biggest fights and the best, biggest money. So yeah, possibly yeah, we looking to fight here. Absolutely.
Badou, talking about revenue, I just want to just clarify some comments that were made by Dana White last week, I believe it was, where he did a podcast where he mentioned your name for some bizarre reason, and he referred to you as a former boxing world champion is going to Dubai to earn $75,000.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That was funny. Where did he even get something like that? That's crazy. Like that's training camp money. Imagine I have 10 people here. My whole team to stay in a first class hotel with flights. That's and sparring partner, all that stuff. That's not even training camp money. So no, that's funny. Let him. He should just pay his fight a little bit more. But and don't. I never said anything bad about him. He didn't really say anything bad about me. I don't know where he made that up or who told him that. That's crazy. Last time I fought with something like that was probably back in like 10 years ago or more.
Were you surprised on why he mentioned your particular name, though? Out of all the fighters, I know he has some dislike for certain fighters, the Jake Pauls and others, but you're almost a good guy in boxing. Everyone loves Badou Jack, so it was strange when I heard it for him to mention your name and then make this accusation that Badou's only earning $75,000.
No, maybe he got a zero wrong or something like that. I don't know. But no, I don't think he wasn't dissing me. He was just trying to defend himself that because he gets so much shit because he don't pay their fighters what they worth or whatever. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big MMA fan, and I don't really get involved. That's none of my business. But yeah, it is what it is.
I believe when he was asked further about that particular statement, he then said, well, you've got this guy earning $75,000 and I've got a fighter who's not even a main event fighter earning $750,000. Because I think there's been a lot of criticism with the UFC at the moment about how they pay their fighters. We saw on the weekend Canelo earning nearly 40 million, Caleb Plant earning 10 million. That's 50 million, both fighters, minimum guaranteed. Whereas the whole show that the UFC had with Usman fighting, wouldn't have cleared God knows how many millions, but definitely was nowhere near double figures. So I think he gets a lot of backlash anyway from the boxing side. And do you feel like it was him just hitting back and just giving a cheeky remark?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, maybe he got a zero wrong, but I don't know. So, like I said, this is not a big fight for me either. So this is a tune-up fight. We're just testing the waters and me to fight in Dubai, But no, I think I don't know where he got that number from. That's like a crazy number to come up with, but I don't know. Maybe, yeah, like I said, that's like our training camp money. I had Badou Jack promotion. Also, we get paid from different ways, so I don't know. It's just funny to me, but he promote my fight, so thank you.
So the message is, so the message is Dana White, go check your facts.
Right.
Okay. Badou, I want to go back to the weekend. Obviously, we saw the first ever crowned undisputed super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. I know you know Caleb very well. Obviously, you share more or less the same strength and conditioning trainer in Larry Wade. So you've got kind of a great relationship with Caleb. I know Amir was quite close to Caleb as well. What did you make of the fight, and did you expect it to go the way it did?
I mean, as far as he don't have, enough experience on that high level, so that was my only issue. He's very talented and everything, and he showed that. And he boxed well, but he didn't really have the power to earn the respect of Canelo, and that was probably it. Plus the inexperience. But you live and you learn. He wasn't like scared. He wasn't just come there for a paycheck. He did it what he could, and it wasn't enough. And back to the drawing board, and he can be champion again.
No, absolutely. But Badou, in terms of Canelo, everyone undoubtedly agrees he's kind of the #1 fighter in the world at the moment. He's fought 4 times in less than 12 months. And in those 4 fights, he fought Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Yildirim, which was a mandatory, and then obviously Caleb. So he kind of unified and became undisputed in less than a year. But everyone says it's Canelo era, and most of the time fighters only lose when they go to a weight category which is too big for them. But can he go up to light heavy, maybe even cruiserweight? We know he did it with Kovalev, but can he go up and fight Bertebiev? And can he move to cruiserweight? Can he take on a Badou Jack maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Let me get that title first. Then why not? He's a great fighter, and I think he would do it to try to get a 5th weight class. But yeah, we'll see. Bertebiev, I think. Might be a little too strong, a little too big. I don't know for him. We'll have to wait and see. He's a great fighter, so he proved that height and size really don't matter. But when he fought Kovalev, I just thought it looked like Kovalev didn't want to hurt him. Well, it looked kind of, I don't know to call it a fake fight, but it looked like he was sparring his little brother. He's just pity patting, and he's the crusher. He used to knock everybody out. Obviously, he might not be in his prime anymore, but it just looked like he took it easy on Canelo. And then not the knockout. The knockout looked real. I was right there, like the first rows. I saw it. I don't think that was. Then he got to be a great actor, but it just looked like he didn't really take it serious. He didn't really try to hurt Canelo.
But I just want to touch on kind of Anthony Joshua just very quickly before we end. In your career, you've made changes to your team. You moved from one country to another country. You've adapted to different trainers. Eddie Mustafa, you moved from Eddie, and now you're with Jonathan, but in between you've had other people train you and coach you. Anthony Joshua's obviously come under a bit of fire and after his loss. A lot of people blaming the tactics in that fight against Alexander Usyk. He was in America. He had meetings with, well-known meetings with Robert Garcia, with Ronnie Shields, etc. What do you make of this whole dynamic? And sometimes, do you need that change? Do you need that change of environment to kind of take you to that next level or take you out your comfort zone?
I mean, it's different for each fighter, but yeah, in my opinion, I think he need Jonathan Banks in his life. He needs a little bit more rhythm, a little bit more. I think an American trainer will fit him well. And yeah, I'm not trying to promote my coach, but yeah, I think that would be a great fit because the way he was training Klitschko and everybody. So yeah, I think that would be a good fit for him. If not, any one of the other American trainers, I think it would be good for him.
You obviously have Tyson Fury with Sugar Hill. And then obviously, if Anthony Joshua does line up with Jonathan Banks, it's kind of the same methodology. It'll make for a nice little rivalry.
You mean if they were the same coach?
Well, no, if he went through Jonathan Banks.
Yeah.
I mean, that Kronk link up.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight with 2 trainers and 2 fighters. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever he gotta. Just because he works for me doesn't mean that he works for him or So he just gotta try whoever he want to work with and whoever fits him the best. It's hard to say until you really fight, but yeah, we'll see.
Have you had any conversation with Jonathan Banks about what would you change in Anthony Joshua's style, or what would you do different to make him a better fighter? Has he said anything?
No, we haven't really talked about that. But yeah, no, I talked to AJ actually, but we didn't really I don't want to go into any details or anything, but yeah, I just think personally, I think that would be a good fit for him.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the dynamics. Badou, thank you for jumping on, my man, giving me a little bit of your time. I know you're in Dubai. Coogan is actually flying out next weekend. So he'll be out there supporting the show, and obviously he'll be seeing you face to face in
Why
Dubai.
you not coming?
I'm not double vaccinated yet. So once I'm double vaccinated, I can fly out freely.
No. You don't need to be double vaccinated. You just need the PCR test.
And what it is, you know, when you got to come back into the country, into the UK, you got to quarantine and stuff like that. So I can't really afford to take.
Come to Vegas.
I will. I was there a couple of weeks ago, not Vegas, but I was in California about 4 weeks ago for one of Eddie's shows. So I need to get my vaccinate sorted. I've had one, just got to wait for the second jab now. So come back to Badou's house and have some dinner again, like last time.
Absolutely. Welcome anytime.
Thank you, bro. Badou, all the best, my man, for the show and the fight, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon.
All right, brother.
Badou Jack, IFL TV, thank you very much.